You've heard of the Dark Ages. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet. You take away the light, what do you have left? You got darkness. They took the word of God away from the people. So what the reformers wanted to do was bring the word back to the people. One of the early reformers, there were many through history, the records have been destroyed because the church would destroy these records, is someone by the name of Peter Waldo. He lived about 1160 in Lyons, France. Waldo, also known as Valdez, was a very wealthy and educated young merchant. His life was changed one day, a couple of events. He heard a preacher talking about the rich young ruler where Jesus said, go sell that you have, give it to the poor, you'll have treasure in heaven, take up your cross and follow me. And he was deeply convicted by that. And then during a meal with a friend one day, his friend choked on his food and died. And he realized how short life was. At that point, he told his wife what he wanted to do. She said, you're on your own. He sold everything he had. He made provision for his wife and his children and their education. He paid everyone he had taken interest from before. He gave the rest to the poor. He took a staff in his hand and he began to preach. He studied the word and he preached. Eventually he got a followers. They preached against the abuses because as he got a copy of the Bible and he started to preach it, he preached against the abuses in the church. Others began to follow him. He said the Bible should be in the vernacular of the people, and they began to translate portions of the Bible and give it to the people. Well, they were driven from the cities. He was declared a heretic, and a lot of these people had to flee into the wilderness during this time. Some of them were later known as Waldensians. Have you heard that phrase before? The Albigenses, the Huguenots, all find their roots in the work of Peter Waldo, who is very famous. I've been to that statue, by the way. I think it's in Geneva, where it's got 4 of the great reformers around the courtyard. And he effected a revival. They were faithful people. He declared that the church in Rome was the harlot of Revelation. Of course, that did not make him very popular. He spoke against the different dogmas, including purgatory and the Mass. Well, Waldo managed to survive. And then later...